Good evening. My name is Dominque Wells. I'm a student at Liberty University in the EDU 703 class. And this evening I want to tell you a little bit about an educational reformer by the name of Horace Mann. So who was he? Horace Mann was an American educational reformer, politician, and lawyer. He served in Massachusetts as a member of the House of Representatives from 1827 to 1833. He also served in the Massachusetts Senate from 1835 to 1837. So a little bit about his history. Horace Mann was born May 4th, 1796 in Franklin, Massachusetts. He died on August 2nd, 1859 in Yellow Springs, Ohio. More about Horace Mann. Horace Mann was the first great American advocate of public education. He believed in a democratic society where education would be free, universal, and most of all, non-sectarian. So let's see what more that Horace Mann had to offer. So what did he do? Horace Mann was often called the father of the common school movement. Like I said before, he was a lawyer and legislator. After he was elected secretary of the newly created Massachusetts Board of Education, he used his position to enact a major educational reform. He created what we know today as the common school movement. So the common school movement ensured that every child received a basic education funded by local taxes. See, the idea soon spread beyond Massachusetts as more states started taking up the idea of universal schooling. Horace believed that good schooling would produce good citizenship. As time passed, Horace knew that public schools' quality had to be raised, and with that said, that the teacher quality also had to improve as well. That good teacher would be the key to improvement. As the journey continued, he noticed that there were also many more females than males in the educational world. So one of the things that he wanted to do, he argued for the recruitment of women among the rank of teachers. So thanks to Horace Mann, Massachusetts developed a strong system of state-supported common schools, which became a model for the rest of the United States. So let's see Horace Mann's six principles of education. On the first one, that he believed in that citizens cannot maintain both ignorance and freedom. One of the things Horace Mann emphasized that all persons, all members of society, whether free, enslaved, poor, or rich, should have an equal opportunity to education. And he believed that education was the key to this freedom. The second thing, he believed that education should be paid for, controlled, and maintained by the public. And one of the things that he emphasized with the public paying for education is that the local government would pay for public schools using taxes. So that was one of the things that he proposed. Some people were with it, some people were against it. All right. And the third thing that he believed in is that a good education should be offered despite your background, so ethnic background, where you come from. And a lot of times back then, there was an influx of immigrants that came into America too. So Horace Mann wanted to make sure that the education that was provided through the common school movement will address the needs and concerns of all people, regardless of your cultural status, your social status, or your economic status as well. One of his fourth principles was that education should be non-sectarian. He wanted an education that was void of indoctrinating students in religious practices. And one of the things he focused on is that everyone should receive the fundamental education to serve as productive citizens in society. The fifth thing that he wanted to teach is that education must be taught using the tenets of a free society. He wanted students to be prepared to be productive citizens. He wanted them to be also prepared to vote as well, because he wanted a government that was free of a monarchy or a dictatorship. He wanted to produce a government that was ruled by the people. And the last principle that Horace Mann proposed was that education must be provided by well-trained professional teachers. And one of the things he did to make sure that this happened was he created normal schools. And normal schools were created to train teachers for the purpose of coming into education, because he felt that every state should have teachers that are certified and trained so that incompetent teachers wouldn't be put in the classroom. So as you can see, looking around, Horace's idea of public education worked. We attend school for free, but the public pays in local taxes. Also, in different schools, there are different ethnicity groups as well. So Horace Mann made lots of contributions to education, and as we can see today, many of the things that Horace Mann established are still being used in education today. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you have learned some more about Horace Mann. Thank you.